Today on Kemp Outside, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite hiking shoes, the Merrell Moab. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Kemp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite hiking shoes, the Merrell Moab. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos, and hit that like button for me. So before I get into the Merrell Moabs, I want to talk about how to choose a hiking shoe. So for me guys, I'm a big guy, so I am looking for a shoe that's going to hold up over time, that's comfortable. I have wide feet, so I'm looking for a shoe that's wide. And then also I am, depending on where I'm going and what time of year it is, I'm either looking for a shoe that breathes or I'm looking for a shoe that's waterproof. And so I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But guys, so where I have landed after researching and trying on a bunch of different shoes from a bunch of different brands, and I have been wearing these shoes now for 2 or 3 years. I think I'm on my 7th pair. Is the Merrell Moab. And the one that I buy is the Merrell Moab vented shoe. And there's a reason why I buy the vented shoe. So the vented shoe is not waterproof. So if you're hiking in streams, or if you're trying to ford water, or if you're even just walking in wet grass, your feet are going to get wet. But the reason why I choose the vented shoe is that I live in Florida. And so the vast majority of the time I'm hiking in places where the weather is pretty warm. And so I don't want my feet to get too hot. If my feet are sweating, I want the shoe to be able to breathe. I want to be able to, get a lot of air circulation around my feet. So I choose the vented shoe. But I just recently bought a pair of the Merrell Moab waterproof version of the shoes. So this is a Merrell Moab with Gore-Tex lining. It makes it waterproof. And the reason why I bought it was because I walk my dog a lot. Early in the morning, I get up. We live on 2 acres of land, and Ellie and I just do laps in the yard. And I throw the ball for her, or she chases sticks, or whatever it is. And so by the time I've walked 1/8 of a mile, my feet are soaking wet. And I decided that just for that purpose, and for another reason I'm going to go over in a minute, I wanted a waterproof version of my Merrell Moabs. So I went ahead and bought this. The second reason why I bought a Gore-Tex version of the Merrell Moab is that this December I'm going to spend Christmas in Minnesota. And so I know I'm going to be in a state where there's going to be a lot of snow on the ground when I'm walking around. I did not want a vented shoe where my feet will get cold. Yes, I'm going to wear wool socks, but I wanted a shoe that not only would my feet stay warm, but they'd also stay dry. So depending on where you're primarily hiking, you may decide you want a waterproof version of the shoe, or you may want a vented version of the shoe. Or like in my case, as you can see, I just bought 2 pairs. So, all right, let's talk about durability, right? In this shoe, I get about 6 months out of a shoe before I replace it. And I think that's pretty good. So I wear my shoes all day, every day. So these are my everyday shoes. If you're buying a pair of shoes that you're just going to go hiking in and the rest of the time you're not going to wear them, or you're not wearing them to work or anything like that, you'll get a lot more use out of them than just 6 months. But for me, I put them on in the morning when I get up. I take them off right before I go to bed pretty much, and I wear them all day. And no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm working on my business or I'm going to client meetings or whatever, I'm wearing my Merrell Moabs all day, every day. And so at 6 months, my shoes are pretty worn out. But again, I'm a big guy and I'm putting a lot of use on them, averaging between 7,000 and 10,000 steps a day for 6 months straight. Every day, that's a lot of steps and definitely puts a lot of wear on those shoes. So I really like first of all, I like the tread on the shoe. I find that it gives me great traction no matter where I'm walking. So I just recently did a hike in Turkey Run State Park in Indiana, and a lot of that you're walking on wet rock as you walk through stream beds and things like that. They give great traction in that kind of environment. They give great traction in the sand, on gravel, even on ice a little bit, and snow. They give pretty good traction. So I really like that, and I found that the tread holds up even longer than the rest of the shoe. So I'm primarily breaking down the rest of the shoe before I've worn the tread out. The padding lasts a good while. I do extend the life of my shoes by buying aftermarket inserts after a certain amount of time. Probably at about month 4 or so, I go ahead and I get a Dr. Scholl's insert or something like that. I'll pull out the original insert, put in a Dr. Scholl's insert, and I'll get about 2 more months of life out of the shoes before I retire them and make them my lawn mowing shoes or something like that. The other thing that I like, guys, is they come in both regular and wide sizes. So I need a wide shoe. And so oftentimes when I'm looking for a hiking shoe, they don't have one that really fits my foot very well. So I buy the wide version of the Merrell Moab, and it, to me, is the perfect fit for my feet. They do also make a mid version that's a little higher, gives more ankle support. That is my son's favorite shoe. So he's 16 and he goes hiking with us. He wears his Merrell Moabs all the time. I think he even wears them to school. He finds them so comfortable that those are his shoe of choice. So let's talk about price. So the vented version of the Merrell Moab is $99 at Bass Pro. I will put a link down in the description below where you can get your Merrell Moabs. Yes, it is an affiliate link, and I do receive a commission on the sale. It's a great way for you to support Kemp Outside if you like what we're doing at no extra cost to you. So like I said, the vent version is $99. And then I'll also put a link down in the description below to the waterproof version of the shoe. And this version is $125. So again, it's a little more material. It's got the Gore-Tex lining. I'd expect it to be a little more money. Either way though, guys, if you're spending, $100 every 6 months for a pair of shoes, that is not a lot of money compared to a lot of the other options out there. I've worn everything from these to full, leather, $300 pairs of hiking boots, and I've really settled on the Merrell Moabs on the trail and for everyday life. I just love them. The last thing that you want, guys, is foot pain when you're on the hiking trail. You want to take care of your feet. If you take care of your feet, they'll take care of you and get you where you want to go. Really, I highly recommend the Merrell Moabs. I think that they're a fantastic shoe. Obviously, try them on. If they don't fit your feet well, or if you're not comfortable in them, then definitely get something else. But it has been, my go-to shoe for years, and I highly recommend them, especially if you're not sure what to get. You walk into a shoe store, or you walk into an outfitter like Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's or Academy or wherever it is that you decide to go. Definitely try on a pair of Merrell Moabs and see if they work for you. So guys, just to recap, get the vented version of the shoe if you're hiking in hot climates or you want your shoe to breathe. If your feet are going to get hot or sweaty and you want your shoe to breathe, you definitely want the vented version. And then get the waterproof version of the shoe if you're going to be hiking primarily where it's wet, where it's cold, where you want to keep your feet dry. I mean, obviously it's a no-brainer, but you can't go wrong with Merrell Moabs because they offer both versions of the shoe. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps. Get out on a trail. It doesn't have to be a difficult one. I always tell people, doesn't matter if you are not in the best shape, or if you're an Olympic marathoner, right? Hiking is for everybody. You can go out and get on a trail. It doesn't have to be a long trail. Most of our state parks have trails that are for a lot of different skill levels. So if you need to start out with an easy trail, if you need to start out with a trail that's not very long, definitely get out there, take your kids. They're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's fun to get outside and get out and enjoy nature. If you are one of those people who's ready to tackle the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Coast Trail, good for you. Drop your favorite shoe down in the comments below and recommend some shoes to our fellow outsiders. Maybe you like something different than the Merrell Moabs. Maybe you can give a second option for our viewers to try out when they're in the store trying to pick out a hiking shoe. So guys, Kemp Outside exists to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. So if you're a mom or a dad and you're new to this whole outside thing and you're not sure how to start, but you got a kid who says, Mom, I want to go fishing, or Dad, I want to go camping, this channel's for you. We release videos every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Our Monday and Tuesday videos are focused primarily on campground and campsite reviews, and our Thursday videos are on a whole wide variety of topics like gear reviews, camping, hiking, and fishing videos, tips and tricks, and more. So stay tuned to Kemp Outside. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, that little bell that notifies you when we release new videos, and that like button. So guys, if you have any questions about getting outside, drop those in the comments below, or you can hit me up on my other social media. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links are down in the description below for all of those. Or you can visit us at our new website. We're at www.kempoutside.com. We just launched that. We're going to have lots of content. All of our YouTube stuff is there, as well as we're going to have buyer's guides and gear reviews and a blog and a whole lot more on that site coming real soon. So check that out. You can also subscribe to our community there, and pretty soon I'm going to start putting out like a quarterly newsletter. It's going to come right to your email with campground reviews and tips and tricks and a whole lot more. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to continue to grow Kemp Outside. Guys, thanks for watching. If there's anything I can do to help you get your kids outside, drop something in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching Kemp Outside. We couldn't do it without you. We'll see you next time.